hope? Too bad. I'm going to give you facts. I'm only going to give you information. So we're going to call it fact core, info core. And if you get hope from that, awesome. Okay. I was up late last night doing my deep dives on the right. Just as I had suspected, things are shifting rapidly. Okay. So from the time that Taco said that the files were fake, you had a fraction, okay? And then when he called them, stupid and all those names and told them to stop talking about it, you had a fraction that widened, and you had a group leave from that. And there wasn't a coming back from that. You can't do that to a cult. You can't insult them like that. You can't promise them something that's the whole point that they're there and tell them they're losers for believing in it. Because you will lose a percentage of your group, and then you will destabilize the rest of it. Okay, so that's important is because he destabilized it. And why that's important is because everything he does on top of that, if it doesn't build it, it just breaks it apart, and all he can do is break it apart, right? Because he has no policy in place to help anybody. Okay, so you had that happen. Well, then we had Utah happen. And everyone panicked. And they thought that they were going to be able to use this, except they can't because they're themselves. They are themselves. They're bad humans. They are transactional. They just use each other. Okay, so guy in Utah is being used. Trump uses. JD uses. They all use. It's what the relationships are about. They don't actually care. Okay, so that happened. And then what did these kids on the right see? I'd say a lot of them like 30 and under. They saw Taco not give a flying flip. They saw him say, how's it going? Great. Look at our ballroom. Imagine my balls in this room. Okay? They saw that. They saw the Yankee game. Look at me, world. Their hearts are torn open. They are traumatized from what they saw. An execution style murder. They have Candace Owens over here, heartbroken, pouring her heart out, trying to figure out what's going on, and you've got so everything she says, everything Nick Fuente says, who attacks Israel constantly, who is defending CK now, his people are flocking over there to listen to him. They're flocking over to listen to Candace, Tucker. You have people on the right and left like Tucker and Chink that are sitting there talking like adults. These kids are watching all of it. And they see humans talking about what happened. Not someone who they say has the presidency, the House, and the Senate, and they're not doing anything for us. They're just enriching themselves, becoming billionaires. Like they were trying to believe. They were trying to believe. But this looks so inhumane to them that they're done. And one of the places I saw it was a video cover was Brad Pitt from Meet Joe Black, and he's rubbing his eyes, he's crying, and the thing says, when you realize Trump is just one of them. And hundreds of comments. I've got screenshots I'm going to add to the end. They're talking about rising up. They're talking about fighting back. They're talking about joining forces with us. They're talking about, they're convincing everyone to start a do not vote campaign, which is what Nick Fuentes does all the time. He doesn't vote and he tells them not to vote. He's not interested in voting. He wants to take power by any means. So absolutely they are to watch. But they're all people to be in conversation with so that they don't try it that way, so that we're doing this together versus opposing forces trying to do it. Like if we look like allies, that's a really good thing. So maybe instead of attacking them, acknowledge their pain and say, we need to do this together, right? Both sides aren't working for us. And that's the thing, is they're like, well, we didn't really have an option, right? And that's how they feel in the cult. There is no other option. They think that's dangerous. And then when everyone celebrated, that made us look even more dangerous. So the fact that they're even saying it's not left or right, it's up and down, is kind of a miracle right now. And there's a ton of that. It's not left, right, it's us versus them. There was tons of pictures of Bibi and Trump in there. I'm going to post all of it. They were talking about, go talk to your military friends and family, explain to them what's going on and what we need to do so they can help us. This isn't going away because, as I said, the Epstein stuff destabilized. When you take the main pillar of what your plan was and you rip it away, and the other ones are the economy and immigration, and the economy is going down, down, down. The whole thing's tilting. The whole thing is wobbly as F. Okay, not to mention you had Crash Patel up there 2 days ago going, there are no names. There's no names. Bahala. Like, they see it. They see the scam. Some were even calling out RFK going, he promised this, now that he's gotten there, he hasn't said one freaking thing about the things he talked about and promised. And he's still talking about vaccines, and he's still, like, they are onto them. It just took the right pain. And that is just how human beings are. I hate it when people go, oh, it took them, like, yeah, because that's how human beings are. It takes pain to wake people up, okay? You have to start working with them. That is how we win. We make allies. We figure it out together. And look, the rules are getting a little less, they're getting looser. Like, it doesn't have to just be all right, all left. Like, people want this and this, bits and pieces of things. We have to just keep moving forward and communicating. That's why I keep telling you, like, the biggest act of resistance, the most important work you can be doing is talking to the people on the right. You need allies. We are a weaponized nation. We can't just keep going, if there's enough of us to outvote them, good, then we're just going to be trying to hold them off forever. That doesn't work. It's just going to re-traumatize everybody over and over again. We need to use this time to start unifying. We don't have to agree on all the details right now. Nick's platforms are shooting off the sky. So are Candace's, Are they full of it? Yeah. Did they make some good points? Yeah. That's not us agreeing. That's, that's not us agreeing with them. That's them agreeing with us. I saw that in the comments. But it's a very critical time right now, and it's kind of an exciting time if you look at what we've been through, all of this, and we're starting to have this kind of opening because this is real. It's not like, I don't know, this is real. They are furious, but more importantly, they're devastated. And this is a huge opening to be having those conversations. Very kind, very gentle, let's do this together conversations. Bye.